Monday morning, it's that time again. Got to get ready for work. I'm back from the gym already, keeping it going. David, thanks for holding me accountable yesterday. I made it to the gym in the morning before football and all that, so I'm keeping it going. I got a goal, so those that are in my corner helping me out, I appreciate it immensely. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Chris in England. His channel is Another Cut Above. New gentleman that subscribed to me. I've subscribed to him. Great guy. I like his videos. Simple, honest, fantastic. If you're a Man U fan, you're going to fit right in with him. He's a footy fanatic. I just saw one of his videos where he watches, like, you name it, Premier League, the rest of the European League, Spanish, Italian, you name it. He's all over the map, which is awesome. Chris, thank you for subscribing and your comments on a couple of my videos, and I'm happy to subscribe to yours and love your channel. So check him out if you haven't yet. Another Cut Above. So today, I got, as you saw, a mail call I did on Facebook. Those of you that are in the groups, I got fine fresh vetiver. I've been trying not to buy soaps, but I've done better, but I still pick up a few. And I've been wanting this one because I absolutely love the aftershave, of course, based on Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. And I just want the soap. I like fine soaps. They are a hard puck, so I had it blooming while I was in the shower for both reasons, to loosen it and also to bring out some extra scent. It's milder on the puck, but I got this great bloom water. Actually, I'm going to wet the face a little first. And then I poured out the bloom water and the puck into my lathering bowl here, because it's easier to get more space for a puck that's almost filling to the top if I take it out. Plus I dried the tin out. I'm going to let that air dry, of course. But I had it blooming while in the shower, so it sat for a good while. So I got a nice broken off top layer. This should lather really nicely. As you know, I'm not the greatest lather in the world. I'm working on it. We're going to go with the Game Changer knot and the Assassin brush handle. Today is the the standard razor, which is aluminum. And I'm using the Kai blade. This would be, I believe, shave number 7. Not 6, it's 7. I'm just kind of a test I've been running. See if I can get 10 good shaves out of the Kai blade based on Suffolk Shaver mentioning in a comment that it's possible based on the slightly thicker blade, so it holds an edge a little longer. And I like Kai blades, and so I want to try it out. Going to use the standard finish up Thayers, Stray Whisker After Balm. Of course, you saw the fine fresh vetiver, and then the Tiege Hanley eye cream and AM moisturizer. So I just wet the brush a little bit, and we'll get working on the puck here. So, topic today, I actually have one based on watching the games yesterday. Game culture, and specifically tackling on defense. If you watched the games yesterday in particular, and I'm not picking on particular teams because I like them or dislike them. It's just what I saw. So, in yesterday's first game, the Steelers and Dolphins, by the way, the Steelers looked friggin' fantastic. Dolphins shot themselves in the foot so many times, it was ridiculous. I feel bad for Dolphins fans out there. Of course, they weren't at full strength. You were a backup quarterback, but it wasn't Moore's fault. I mean, you had a guy jump on a 4th and 3 field goal attempt. He jumped the count and jumped over the line of scrimmage and gave him an automatic first down. But this goes more to Pittsburgh in this particular comment. Multiple times during the game, and Pittsburgh's been notorious for this among a few other teams, when you got Burfict, this particular play is Burfict for the Bengals, there's another notorious guy, but leading with the helmet, head down, when you're going for a tackle. First incident, I think, was a tackle. I think a safety was coming in, and his corner or whoever had the coverage was already making a tackle. They were going to the ground, and he dives in. Now, thankfully, he didn't go helmet to helmet on his teammate, But he hit his teammate. Oh, this is a good lather today. His teammate, he took him out for at least a couple plays. May have put him in concussion protocol. Because he went in with his shoulder and knocked the crap out of his teammate. And he didn't have to dive. He had time to just, you know, jump over or whatever. And I don't know the guy's name. I don't care the player's name, whatever. But then even worse. Now I know, let's caveat this. I know the rules for quarterbacks have been made it pretty untouchable. You know, it's hard to hit a quarterback nowadays and get away with it. But I think it was a safety, maybe the same guy that took out his other player for a couple plays at least. He goes in to hit Matt Moore, and he's full speed. But he puts his head down just enough and clocks him in the chin with his helmet. Thankfully for Matt Moore, he was okay, and he came back in the game after one play, and he passed the concussion protocol. But my God, keep your head up. If you want to run him over all day. I mean, it was a bad hit because you went helmet to the chin. And too many players are doing that. So that's two examples of the first game. Now, the big example from the later game, Giants versus Packers, and I forget if it was Landon Collins or not. It was the great secondary usually by the Giants. I mean, I'm not slamming them, but one guy comes up, past to Jordy Nelson. He tips it, it's bobbled, it's in the air, and he's defenseless in this case. Safety comes over, excuse me. Safety comes over and just puts the crown of his helmet right in the unprotected area in his low floating ribs, right? Nelson is knocked out for the game. Now, side note, I hope it's not anything bad, but I hope it keeps him out next week because they're playing the Cowboys. Sorry, David. You understand, but I like Jordy Nelson. I like the Packers, but anything to help the boys out going into next week, I'm good. But they didn't flag the Giants player for the hit, and they should have. Because it was led with the helmet, particularly the top of the helmet. So, and this has been growing. This is not new. I think since ESPN in particular, with the highlight reel, started showing players, they would have the, I forgot what they called it. Now they stopped doing it. It's kind of like when McDonald's stopped the, offering king size, or not king size, but super size. Because king size would be marketing for the competitor. But when they stopped doing that, and they got rid of that size, what you've done is you establish this culture where it's, and you see this in, guy makes a routine play and he celebrates like he just won the Super Bowl. A culture of, a me culture, a celebratory culture that's unnecessary when you stop a guy after getting 2 yards. It's classless. It's this generation. I mean, I like celebrating in the end zone all day. I mean, even when it looks tacky, I do like end zone dances. But it's like you get a participation trophy for making a tackle. It's kind of, and you gave yourself the trophy at that. So, I mean, this is just my opinion. I just wish, just hitting culture needs to become tackling culture, because guys can bounce off and then go for it 60 more yards and score a touchdown just because you thought you could, quote unquote, blow them up. So, I just don't understand it. Yeah, this blade's done. I can tell. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna switch out to the Personna Red I have on the wall, and we'll be right back. All right, thanks for that. Get it warmed up here. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't cutting myself, but there was a definite tug, and once you know that's happening, that's tap out time. So I did a quick video yesterday. I didn't post on Facebook, but those who are my subscribers here and others saw my bullshit 2 cents on blooming. Do what you want, folks. And then take care to be mindful of whatever you're concerned about. That's all. But yeah, the football thing, it does bother me. I haven't played organized since I was like a kid, so it's not that, obviously not their position. They're very strong, so I think they got to apply massive force. Because these running backs are as strong as all hell. For example, Franklin, because it's a comedian. Jay Ajayi. Le'Veon Bell. I mean, you got some strong running backs. I mean, people realize Ezekiel Elliott is as big and strong as he is, but he's 6 foot and 225. He's not a small back. He looks kind of small because that offensive line is massive. I'm gonna whip some lather up. I'm gonna scrape some lather I built up around here out of the bowl. With his third pass. There's going to be plenty in the knot when I extract or clean up. But I just, tackling is more important than getting on camera. If you tackle, you make the play, you're already on camera. This guy's celebrating, flexing, and drawing the bow back. And last year was Cam Newton and the dab. Of course, he only did that in the end zone. So, like I said, I like end zone dances. But the dab is cliche. There's no more originality like the Icky Shuffle. The Dirty Bird was okay with Jamal Anderson back in the day. And the Falcons. Going back further, you had Billy White Shoes Johnson with his precursor to, I guess, what's kind of known as the butterfly. You had Butch Johnson with the California Quake. If you were I think he played for both Houston and Dallas. Can't remember. I remember him in Dallas mostly. It was him and I want to say Drew Pearson. No, Tony Hill. Pearson was before Tony. I like end zone celebrations, even though I don't like the Redskins. I do like when the Smurfs used to do their jump up, huddle, high five in the group, or but anyway, just something I watched yesterday. I wish there was less celebrating for the routine and I mean, a sack is great, a tackle for loss is great, an interception, a fumble recovery. Oh, let's go back to one other thing. People forget you play until the whistle is blown. So this is a nod to Clay Matthews, who I'm not a fan of. I hate his hair, first of all, but I mean, great player, absolutely great player, Pro Bowler, All Pro, fantastic athlete. You know, no knock on him. You know, in terms of his ability, I'd have him on the Cowboys any day. But so Clay is the example of hustle and playing until the whistle is blown. He comes in, he hits Eli Manning on the arm coming around his blocker on the pass rush. Ball's loose, and then Eli's throwing his hand forward, so the ball is already out of his hand, and he like basically almost like shot puts it, you know, 10 yards or whatever. So it's not a pass. Giants are standing around like, I don't know. And then Clay goes, I didn't hear a whistle. He goes running for the ball. One Giant's kind of bending down to pick it up, and he bowls him over, recovers it. First down, Green Bay. It's a fumble. They review it, confirmed on the field. I mean, because it was a turnover. So, well, even a lot of the Packers took it for granted. Nobody was, granted, I can't talk today. They took it for granted that, oh, it was a forward pass, you know, or whatever. And, yeah, a lot of lather left out of his brush. Good knot. Game changer. Let me do some cleanup. But Giants could have recovered and possibly stayed in the game a little more, but nope, turnover. I think it led to another touchdown. You can't really blame the coach because these are professionals who should have known this rule. Much like hitting with the helmet, the rule is published. The rules are gone over by your coaches. The Steelers guy didn't get away with it. The Giants guy did, and he knocked out a great player for that game. Fortunately, Randall Cobb was back, and Aaron Rodgers was way on his game, which is awesome for Aaron Rodgers. Hate my neck. Not the size, it's the hair growth. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to pause here, we'll get the rinse going, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're rinsed and alum block time. Not bad, not bad. Little sting here and there. I kind of expected it. I can kind of tell. That goes away quickly. Some I get some, some I get none, some I get a lot. All depends on how shitty I do it. So, little Thayers. Good workday shave, happy with it. Let's lock in some moisture. So I'm using the fine aftershave as my frag today. So, plus it's still a little chilly. We'll get into the 60s today, which will be a change from the last number of days. Now, I'm not complaining. I used to live in Illinois for 5 years, across the Mississippi River from St. Louis. So I know pretty cold. I mean, I don't know Michigan cold, but we had some single digits, a couple minuses, a lot of teens for highs. So I definitely can sympathize and empathize and exactly understand. Shovel some snow. All right, looks like we are ready to, oh, almost, yeah. We're ready to move on to the next bottle. Good, because I'm behind. Okay, I'm going to move it down here. It's a little thicker. And got a little dry nose from the weather, so I want to moisturize it a little more. So, alright, and moisturizer. This one's about to come due also. Yeah. So thanks to my recent new subscribers. Hope you enjoy my videos as they are. I mean, I have zero production, as you've seen. I'm a little nutty. I don't mind it. Sometimes I get a little dummy and express some opinions that you may totally disagree with or whatever. That's fine. Welcome to America and your First Amendment rights. Hope you stick around. If not your cup of tea. There's plenty more out there, and I watch a lot of them too, so you know, everyone's got their thing. But glad you're here. So I am done for the day. Have a great day. Hopefully you get a good shave. Be safe out there. Stay warm if you're up north. And shout out to Portuguese shaver Claudio Portugal. Thank you for the friend request. You slay me with your post. Man, when those pre-bloom soaps come, we're going to have a great time in the community. All right, talk to you later, y'all. Bye.